Far East Gold says it's found the sweet spot of the Woyla Copper Gold Project in Indonesia. To tell us more is the company's chairman, Paul Walker. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
Good, thank you. So talk us through the results from Phase 2 drilling at the Rekrinti prospect.
Yeah, so we announced today that we've hit what we think to be a very important continuation of significant mineralization in a couple of drill holes. We've had lots of great results so far in Phase 2 in terms of the high-grade gold that we're getting, but we've only found one really long continuation so far in one drill hole of about 30 meters at about 3 grams a ton of gold. And having these two holes that we've found today, a 40-meter wide continuation of high-grade mineralization with high-grade gold and silver has been a great outcome for us, because what it says is that within this area that we're exploring, we've actually found what is probably the sweet spot in terms of a correlation with respect to high grade and continuation of mineralization, which you need to develop an ore and a body for the purposes of mining. So it's really important for us.
So tell us, what was the draw to Indonesia and how will the results to date inform your next steps?
So, Indonesia has a wealth of tier one projects along the Sunda Magmatic Arc, like Freeport, Batu Hijau, Tujuh Bukit. These are massive gold projects. But generally speaking, the whole Sunda Magmatic Arc is underexplored and underdeveloped. So we were able to come along and acquire some projects that have been well progressed. About $40 million have been spent on them before we came along by some of the majors. For example, our Woyla project was formerly owned by Barrick and then Newcrest. Hadn't been able to progress to drilling, and we were able to come along, take their work, and then progress it to drilling, because we have a very good understanding of what it's like to identify opportunities and progress them in Indonesia. Like, for example, one of my co-founders is Justin Werner, who's the managing director of Nickel Industries, which is a multi-billion-dollar Australian-listed company that has nickel mines and nickel smelters in Indonesia. So we know what it's like to identify these opportunities, progress them in Indonesia. But we also have 3 good projects in Australia. But in terms of Indonesia, we see it as a land of huge opportunity, wealth of resources, a wealth of human resources as well, and a low-cost jurisdiction to do operations.
And you've secured a new strategic investor to help with the Indonesian operations, is that correct?
Yeah, Carolyn, it is. The Eurasian Resources Group, they have come in at group level. They've taken about 6% of the company, so they're now our 3rd largest shareholder. They have, in 2021, an annual turnover of $8.5 billion and an EBITDA of $4.2 billion. So they are massive in terms of the scale. So they're a tier 1 operator. 3rd largest cobalt producer in the world, produce 200,000 tons of copper. They want to strategically get into Indonesia. They love our project, so they came in at group level, and they've asked for a first right of refusal if ever we wish to sell one of our projects, the Trenggalek Copper Gold Project in Indonesia. They want to be able to match or better an offer. So they really like the team, they really like Indonesia, and they like what we're doing there. So they want to actually go forward with us in taking these projects forward, which is really exciting in terms of being able to have that level of expertise, both in terms of financial capacity, but also operational experience to come in and participate in our projects.
Paul Walker, Chairman of Far East Gold, great to chat with you today.
Thanks, Carolyn.